How is modern society changing the lives of children and adolescents? What impact do globalization, urbanization and economic changes have on their experiences and development? Let's understand this important topic in a simple and easy way. Question may ask like, what is urbanization? Discuss the basic features of urbanization in India's development. Discuss the basic problems of urbanization in India. What is the impact of urbanization on child development? Discuss the impact of economic changes on child development. What is the relationship of economic development and child development? Discuss. What are the effects of urbanization? Describe the various effects of it. What is globalization? Discuss its impacts or influence on the development of children. Meaning of urbanization. Urbanization refers to general increase in population and the amount of industrialization of a settlement. It includes increase in the number and extent of cities. It symbolizes the movement of people from rural to urban areas. Urbanization happens because of the increase in the extent and density of urban area. The density of population in urban areas increases because of the migration of people from less industrialized regions to more industrialized areas. Urbanization occurs as individual, commercial and governmental efforts reduce time and expense in commuting and transportation. Many rural inhabitants come to the city for reasons of seeking fortunes and social mobility. But the picture of urbanization is not so glorious as it apparently seems. Modern cities have grown in a haphazard and unplanned manner due to fast industrialization. Urbanization is an index of transformation from traditional rural economies to modern industrial one. It is a progressive concentration of population in urban units. It is a finite process, a cycle through which a nation passes. Basic features of urbanization. The pattern of urbanization in India is characterized by continuous concentration of population and activities in large cities. Breeze, 1960, depicts urbanization in India as pseudo-urbanization wherein people arrive in cities not due to urban pull but due to rural push factors. Razan Kundu talked of dysfunctional urbanization which results in a concentration of population in a few large cities without a corresponding increase in their economic base. Urbanization process is not mainly migration-led, but a product of demographic explosion due to natural growth. Rural out-migration is directed towards Class 1 cities. The big cities attain large population size leading to virtual collapse of the urban services and quality of life. Basic problems of urbanization. The growth of slums. A slum is an area characterized by overcrowding, unsanitary conditions, or absence of facilities or amenities, which endanger the health, safety and morals of its inhabitants. Most of the Indian cities are showing a rapid growth of slums. Disease, crime and drug addiction are very common in these slums. Housing problem. Housing in the city is a persistent problem. To keep pace with the housing needs of the people is a major challenge. Multi-storied accommodations are increasing. The high-rise buildings have their own problems. Crowding and depersonalization. Crowding is a difficult problem faced in the cities. Some houses are overcrowded. Crowding results in competition and high infant mortality. Bystander apathy is very common. The city dweller do not want to get involved. You must have read in news where people are murdered while others merely stand by and watch. Social and economic inequalities. Urbanization is generating social and economic inequalities which warrant social conflicts, crimes and anti-social activities. Kundu and Gupta, 1996. Uncontrolled urbanization leads to environmental degradation and degradation in the quality of urban life. Illiterate, low-skilled or unskilled migrants from rural areas are absorbed in poor low-grade urban informal sector at a very low wage rate and urban informal sector becomes sufficient and unproductive. Maintenance of city. With the burden of growing population, the basic infrastructure of many cities is crumbling down. The streets are choked with traffic. There is mixed and incompatible land use. Growing deterioration in public utilities, municipal service, and community facilities, example. Drinking water, sewage, waste disposal etc. mark the life of the majority of the Indian cities. Law and order. Crimes of various types, example, corruption, murders, immoral trafficking, use of drugs, etc. are on the increase in the cities. The mounting Socha conflicts lead to demonstrations, rallies and at times fights that creates a law and order problem. Transportation and traffic. Public transportation system is a top priority since people have to commute long distances to earn their livelihood. Personal transport is not avoidable to majority of the people. The number of automobiles multiplies, so does the pollution and traffic jam disrupts life of people. All these adversely affect the mental and physical health of the people. Effects of urbanization. When the city grows in size, it expands both horizontally and vertically. The horizontal expansion engulfed the nearby villages and converted the agricultural land, so that there is decrease in water level. So, there are chances of contamination of drinking water because of leakage of pipes. Another thing of consideration is land value, which is appreciated because of scarcity of land in the growing urban centers. Therefore, there is mushrooming growth of apartments, and in busy centers, the apartments are given permission without checking the way of sewage facilities. The main effects of urbanization may be viewed in following terms: slums and associated problems. Slums have developed in almost all the Indian cities. In different Indian cities, these slums are named differently, such as Bastis in Kolkata, Jugas in Delhi, Chawl in Mumbai and Shehri in Chennai. The acute shortage of housing facilities compels the poor to live in slums. It is estimated that 40% of people in megacities like Kolkata, Mumbai and Delhi live in slums. These slums have extremely unhygienic conditions. People wash their clothes and utensils under the hand pumps. This causes diseases like diarrhea, malaria, blood dysentery, typhoid, jaundice and conjunctivitis. Human development is adversely affected by the environmental degrading transport system. There are 300 million cars, trucks and buses all over the world. During peak hours, there will be huge traffic jams in the main junctions. Because of this, more petroleum products are wasted, results in fuel problem. The combustion of petroleum products, diesel, leads to increase of carbon dioxide, which helps in increasing global warming, air pollution and noise pollution, besides carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, which is released by automobiles. Sewage problem. The urban areas in India are plagued with inefficient and insufficient civic amenities. Not a single city in India is fully seweraged, and it is due to unauthorized constructions in and around the city. It has been estimated that only 38% of the urban population have a sewerage system. Delhi's Yamuna has turned into a giant sewer. 40% of Delhi's sewerage is untreated. Problem of garbage. Urban solid waste consists of building material, plastic containers, hospital wastes, kitchen wastes, etc. The building materials and household solid wastes are dumped on the public places. The hospital wastes do have covers while transporting. The stringent smell contaminates that air. The urban sewage does not have proper let-out facility. A third of India's population has to access to sanitation service. It becomes worse in smaller cities. Environmental problems. Environmental pollution is causing concern and affecting human health today than yesterdecades. It has been reported by the World Bank that 40,000 people die in India every year because of air pollution. Recent studies also revealed that a large number of people have been suffering from respiratory diseases, allergies and cough. It has been doubled since 1990s. Further, it has been noticed that 23 Indian cities have crossed the dangerous limits because of auto exhausts and industrial emission. It is the duty of individual and institutions to initiate possible care and measures to prevent the polluting works. It should be initiated in the form of a social movement. Water supply. India has reached the stage where no city has water supply round the clock. Intermittent supply results in a vacuum being created in empty water lines, which often suck in pollutions through leaking joints. Cities like Chennai, Hyderabad, Raigad get water from municipal sources far less than half an hour every alternative day. Many small towns have no main water supply and depend on such sources as individual wells, rivers. Impact of economic changes on child development. Child development is multidimensional in character and is divided into distinct domains or pathways: physical, motor, cognitive, emotional and social. These domains or pathways influence each other. Children's survival and development are shaped by their experiences, actions and interactions. Child development processes are time-sensitive. Economic growth altered child welfare in several ways. Increase in the family's financial resources improved child well-being. Indirectly, government can use the additional tax revenue that can come from growth to provide service that benefit children and young people. If economic influences, the most far-reaching factor is the impact of industrialization. It has revolutionized the whole way of life, institutions, organizations and community life. In traditional production systems, levels of production were fairly static. Modern industrial capitalism promotes the constant revision of the technology of production, a process into which science is increasingly drawn. The impact of industrialization, science and technology, we can easily see on Indian family system and caste system. Income, educational attainment and occupation constitute the socio-economic status. The role of socio-economic status with regard to child development shows that continued poverty is more harmful on intelligence quotient, IQ, and cognitive abilities than short-lived poverty. Children in families who experience persistent financial hardships and poverty have significantly impaired cognitive abilities compared to those in families who do not face this issue. Low-income poverty can cause a number of further issues shown to affect child development, such as malnutrition. Children coming from households featuring continual or temporary poverty still perform lower than children in middle-class families. Parental educational attainment is the most significant socioeconomic factor in predicting the child's cognitive abilities. Those with a mother with high IQ are likely to have IQs themselves. Globalization and impact on childhood. It is the system of interaction among the countries of the world. In order to develop the global economy, globalization refers to the integration of economies and societies all over the world. It involves technological, economic, political and cultural exchanges in communication, transportation and infrastructure. So, globalization may be credited to offer a number of benefits, opportunities and facilities for better progress. It gives great exposure of the children to the world of multiculturalism. It also helped the children to develop respect and tolerance, faiths and ideologies. It protects from number of social evils and disparities prevalent in our society like superstitions, prejudice, marginalization and deprivation. Globalization is helpful for children in acquiring knowledge of skill works and to increase capabilities of learning. With the help of globalization, a student can remove every type of hesitation and fear about going to foreign country. When he goes abroad, he utilizes his knowledge for starting educational, business work. Even today everything is working on computer or mechanically, e-governors. The globalization helps us to get all types of knowledge and news within seconds. Student to student and teacher to teacher have provision to exchange their programs and organization of educational seminars, workshops and conferences etc. These all are helpful to both student and teachers for getting worldwide knowledge. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share for more videos.